video games were a waste of money. I'm not giving you a quarter for
They
that.
still are.
But, well.
Shut up! You don't think Ryan is famous?
Cousin Ryan.
You gotta...
Hey, what's up, YouTube friends and family? It's Cousin Ryan.
And John.
And we have got Kong Double Hazy IPA. I didn't even care what kind of beer it was. I saw this can on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, dude,
Makes
there's no
difference.
And I've got a little mini fridge on the porch that's got our beers that we're, going to review over time, and it's full, and I had to make room for this.
Yeah.
There was no
Absolutely.
way I could leave this sitting on the shelf, but you can kind of see there's the hops on the I don't know, what do you even call that? The structure?
The ladder.
The old school,
It's on the ladder. It's on the, so really cool. The can is just next level. I mean, that is really cool. So this is a double IPA, so it's a little, it's hazy, so it could be a little stony. It says 10 IBUs, that's your hop score. Okay, so they got hop score, Barrelhouse Brewing Company, 8.2%, and DDH level 23.
What's the DDH level?
I'm not sure.
Oh, all right.
Out of Paso. Okay, Paso Robles.
That's heading down south.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
drive past there on the way to LA. The turnoff is on I-5 on the way to LA. So, this side of the Grapevine, I believe.
Yes, it's like you pass through there getting to San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I don't know if you remember my neighbors, Randy and Danny. Shout out to Randy and Danny, by the way. Danny lived down in Paso for a while.
Okay. I have relatives in Paso as well.
Totally. Oh, really?
I do.
I wonder if they're neighbors. If they were neighbors. Danny doesn't live there anymore.
Oh, I like the smell of that. Yeah, you can smell the hoppy.
8.2 is getting a little up there.
Oh, yeah. Smells good, though.
Oh, man, I need to describe this a certain way. I'm not good, as I've said in other videos. I can't pull the flavors out of beer and tell you, oh, yeah, this is hoppy, or this is, this has a different flavor, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is way different than anything I think we've tried before.
Definitely.
And I'm trying to figure out how
Super good. Man, I like this.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I don't love hazies, and I don't love deepas, but this is very, very good.
It's super smooth. I just noticed something here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. 2020.
Nice.
Like a dumpster fire. Yeah. There's a little... I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like a dumpster fire with 2020 on it.
Goodness.
That's great. That's awesome.
Totally true.
So, rewind back to the 80s.
Yeah.
Was Donkey Kong one of your... Would you consider that one of your jams when it came to video games?
So back when I was going to Sharky's Arcade in Eureka, California, my favorite games were Tron, Space Ace, Dragon's Lair. Put a lot of quarters into that. Actually, tokens, because you'd buy tokens and then...
Was that the one that looked almost like a cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when that showed up.
And Track and Field, you're like... People would go with pencils and get, I mean, it was pretty funny, so yeah.
So,
my sister was like the Galaga queen, like she was really good at Galaga.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't, it was rare that I got to actually play video games.
Yeah, no, it was a thing, because I'm a little older.
Well, no, but my whole problem was my mom, and I say this with the utmost love, affection, and respect, she was a tightwad.
Oh, yeah.
And video games were a waste of money. I'm not giving you a quarter for that.
They still are.
But, well, except we don't have to put quarters in anymore. But on the occasion that I did get to play a video game, Rampage was one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. We had Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600 at home, so I got to play that quite a bit at home. She never said video games were a waste at home, though, like on a home console. We had plenty of games to choose from, but pumping quarters into a machine was not her thing.
Yeah.
But I would go Rampage, Paperboy. Remember Pole Position being kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
That predated all the other games. That's probably the oldest game I remember playing in an arcade, because it had like the steering wheel and there was the high and low shifter. What else?
I liked Ivan Stewart's Off-Road.
Is that the one that had the little tiny
Tiny
truck? I was
truck,
gonna, and it
yeah,
had like
yeah.
3 or 4 steering wheels around it.
Yeah.
And you could,
And once you
No, that
upgraded
was-
your truck, you got...
Yes, there was the little wrench would show up and you could drive over the wrench. Yeah,
absolutely.
And there was an IndyCar version of that also. That was little. They were little. It was the same format. It was like
So
the
basically, it was a really early Mario Kart.
pretty much.
Yeah.
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 Q-Bird I played.
Mm-hmm.
Dig Dug.
Oh, Dig Dug was
I mean,
great. We
of
had
course-
Dig Dug on the Atari also.
Of course, Pac-Man and Asteroids
Yeah.
and RBI Baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was you just go and get lost there for hours.
There was a pinball-styled machine at this restaurant out in the middle of nowhere in Minnesota, probably 15 miles from my grandparents' farm. It was called Jack Shack.
Mm.
And their whole shtick was there was like a bear dump, so you could sit in the dining area, and out the window on the edge of the woods, a bear would come and like eat through the trash.
That's
That
not
was
a
big deal.
problem.
Not at all.
No.
But they had a pinball-style machine in there that was baseball, and it had like mechanical runners that would pop up. So depending on where you hit the ball,
Yeah.
the little runner would pop up, and it was
Cool.
like this mechanic. It was
Yeah.
super cool.
I want to say Star Wars Pinball, but I don't think we ever had the Star Wars games.
Okay.
I think those came out later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times, man.
Great times.
So long ago.
Great times. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. You know, okay, not to get off on this, but since we're talking video games, you know, they kind of blame like childhood obesity on video games and stuff now, and I used to think, well, we played video games constantly as a kid, except we didn't. These games were so damn hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you died, there was no continue, man.
No.
You started over from the beginning, and
Yeah.
I remember many times you were like, screw it, let's go outside and
Yeah.
play, we're done. Whereas now, video games are just perpetual. Like, they just keep going.
Well,
and
that was one of
going
the best
and
things
going.
about playing at home, too, right? Like, when you got the cheat code for Contra,
Right.
like, you just go play through the whole game,
Yeah.
right?
Well, but to even go before Contra, back to Atari, the 2600, kids these days don't know the struggle. There was no pause, man. Like, dude, I gotta pee here. Play for me. I'll come right back.
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't pause the Atari, man. There was none of that, and there was no cheat
Wait till
codes
you
or
die.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know one night, Josh Atkins spent the night, and we played Dig Dug for hours, and the levels just kept getting harder and harder. There was no end.
Yeah.
I don't even know if
No,
Dig
there
Dug
is
has
no
an end.
Yeah.
Atari, many of the games, you know, the levels just got harder and harder and harder. You didn't get this like Mario finding the princess in the castle or anything. It was just harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times though.
Yeah.
Good times.
The good old days.
Yep. Yep. I like this.
Kong,
it's good.
Hazy, yeah. Good stuff. There's a whole
think-
Kong universe now, right? Because you got Donkey Kong Jr.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
all
Donkey
the-
Kong Country. I remember when
Country,
that came out.
yeah,
It's funny.
you know, all of them.
Ryder
Like,
and
the whole-
I were just in a little like nerd shop in Springfield, Missouri, and they had a bunch of old Nintendo cartridges, and they had the first Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, dude, that's the game that started the Donkey Kong like
Yeah.
universe craze, whatever you want to call it, man. I remember that was like revolutionary when Donkey Kong Country came out
Yeah.
for the SNES.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even mention Donkey Kong. We used to play Donkey Kong all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how to describe. I need to be able to describe.
I
this
don't
one.
know
It's
what
like
the juicy flavor is, but I like
something.
it.
There's
It's
there's
good.
an aftertaste. It's like
Yeah,
smooth and
there's not really a description on this, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know what the.
If I had to give this flavor a shape, I would say it's round. I don't know why, but the very end of the taste just feels round and smooth.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
it's
know how
good.
else to describe it.
I just like it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I like it.
Cool.
It is good.
All right. Well, I'd be curious to hear what you guys think about, you know, any nostalgic thoughts you have on video games and seeing this can. Does that evoke any memories of your own?
It's definitely well done.
Yeah. Yeah, good job on the can and
And
good
the
job
beer,
on the flavor.
right?
For sure.
So
The flavor definitely lived up to the hype that the can built.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, until next time, be excellent to each other.
Drink responsibly.
That's right.
You know, say it's cousin Ryan on the Hollywood Boulevard. You know, say he bigger than any superstar. All of us spit is some real dope bar. Some them sweeter than any chocolate bar. Boom!
Hey.